Hi, everyone. My name is Bill Butler. I'm a realtor with Leading Edge Real Estate in the Melrose area. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I hope everyone is doing well with you and your family, and everyone is safe. These are very challenging times right now, and I just hope everybody, you and yours, are doing well. Wanted to provide a resource here on a quick video on the state of the real estate market in the Melrose area as we know it. I'm not going to be making any predictions at all, but just presenting the data to you as we know it as of today. Currently, this past weekend, it was an extremely active weekend with a lot of buyers out looking at homes and making offers. I've talked to agents all over the country, all over Massachusetts, agents in Canada as well. Where people are able to see properties, it is without question a seller's market. There are a lot of people who still feel confident in their jobs and are making offers on properties. We had instances in Reading, multiple offers on several properties there, with it selling 5-10% over asking price. Typical spring market activity that we've seen in the past 8 years. We're seeing that type of activity most everywhere else in the US, where people are still able to view properties. Places like Florida, other areas that have been shut down for a while, like Northern California, California as well, New York. Things have quieted down, and we're transitioning into a different type of way that people are buying and selling real estate, and I'll touch on that. So a couple other things I wanted to show you on a kind of more of a national level is a lot of people have been asking me, are we heading towards another 2008? Well, I don't know. What I do know is that during the last 5 recessions, 3 of them showed home values increasing. There were only 2 that showed home values decreasing. One was in 91, where they decreased 2%. Keep in mind, this is a national graph, where Boston is always paces ahead of. And then in 2008, which was a recession caused by housing, and I think we can agree that if we are heading into a recession, it looks pretty likely right now, it is not being caused by housing. The recession that was caused by housing, we saw nationally roughly a 20% drop in values. Here in the Boston area, it was between 8 and 10%, about half that. Point being here is a recession does not automatically mean we are headed into a housing crisis. And I'm going to show you some more data that supports that. I'm not predicting one way or another, but I'm showing you data that we know, hard facts that we know today. One of the reasons why a recession does not equal a housing crisis, especially right now, is we need to take a look at how much equity people have in their homes. Back in 2005, 2006, 2007, people were over leveraged. They did not have nearly the equity in their properties that they do now. If you take a look at that, you're looking at over $800 billion of equity that was cashed out of people's properties back right before 2008 happened. Well, right now we're at a fraction of that, just a little over 200 billion. You can't even compare these two. So what happened in 2008 is people were borrowing against their homes at an alarming rate to pay for whatever, to pay for bills, to pay for upgrades in their homes, things like that. There were a lot of people who were getting mortgages that had no business getting that mortgage because they just could not afford to pay it. There were all kinds of these funky mortgages that would be a payment that was really low for 3 months, and then after that, that payment would triple. People just didn't have any equity, and so when they tried to refinance or they tried to pull equity out to pay bills or to help pay their mortgage, there was nothing left. So right now we do have, as a nation, a lot more equity in our properties. And that's the data that we know right now. Also, looking at another interesting graph that I saw that kind of is the closest thing to a prediction that anyone's making for this video here. Goldman Sachs is, this is 3 days ago, taking a look at what their prediction for the GDP is as of, I think it was the 20th. Looking at V curve, basically having a real rough Q2, which is not surprising at all, but then actually seeing growth in Q3 and Q4. Again, we don't know if this is happening, but I thought it was an interesting graph to show. So in short, all closings are happening, recordings are happening. So anything that's under agreement is closing. And we stay tuned, as you'll see. If you are thinking of buying a house right now or selling, we are coming up with different and unique ways to get people virtually into your homes. We want everyone's safety is absolute paramount concern. So we are thinking of alternative ways for people to be introduced to a home. It's interior and exterior to have enough confidence to make a purchase. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions on any of this, please let me know. Please stay safe, stay at home, and I will be back next week with another update. All right. Thanks so much. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.